Hello everybody, Hyper Mario Sunshine here, and we're back with some more Animal Crossing City Folk for the Animal Crossing uh, Retrospective. Oh my god, I freaking hate using the B button on this, but yeah. So, now that we're here on the second part, and we also finished up our house, well, the upgrade to it, as you can see. Our house roof is now purple, and it is bigger, and it's springtime because it's officially March. There's quite a lot of things to do, actually. We'll be visiting the city later, which is only available in this game, which is why Main Street later comes back. There's actually quite a lot of other things to do as well, compared to Wild World. Now, Wild World, this game is very heavily based on Wild World. A lot of the music is pretty much Wild World, but, like, you know, enhanced because, you know, Wild World was on a handheld, like the 3DS, while not the 3DS, the regular DS, while City Folk was on the Nintendo Wii, and so you could basically upgrade all the models. You can upgrade the visuals, the sound, the audio, etc. So yeah, this game is a really big like improvement upon its predecessor, and tenfold, because a lot of the things that New Leaf, not New Leaf, I forget that New Leaf is also next. So a lot of the new things that City Folk introduced is actually very hard to find in... oh my god, we meet him again, Pascal. Oh man, standing is so tiring. Hey, can I share a little something with you? Sure. Did you know that they have diamonds that cut other diamonds? Totally freak out, man. Right on. And there he goes. So yeah, now we actually get to see what he does. Like, he usually stands on bridges, and you see him float down, which is pretty cute, honestly. He's a little otter. Wonder, can we fish for him? No, you can't. Your fishing rod just goes right through him. But yeah, so there's just a huge, big improvement on this game compared to compared to Wild World. Also, the online play is probably much better, and this game probably introduced many people to online play, honestly, because I didn't even know that the DS had an online play. Let's revive that flower. Anyways, the museum is here. I'm pretty sure that there's also like some... The other things that this game also did differently was also, you know, obviously that all the houses were separate compared to how in Wild World you all lived in the same house, which is kind of weird, honestly. Like, you all live in the same house and you have to, like, if you had, like, more than one person, like, you'd all have to share the house. And, like, what if you didn't have the same taste in your house? Like, you know, you want different furniture, but then your brother or sister or friend was like, no, I want this furniture, so... I guess that's like the little complicated parts about the older games. Is that it's a lot limited. Oh, a tiger butterfly. Ooh. Also, I realized that this game heavily improved on the previous two games on the fishing and bug catching mechanics. In this game, it feels like you have to hit it with the net itself rather than like just a hitbox around it, which I think they do bring back in New Leaf, because New Leaf it's a lot easier to catch. While in this one, it just feels like it's a little harder. Unless it's just the controls, to be honest. Also, I feel like fish react more accurately in this game than in the other games. Like, how they react to, like, a fishing rod. But they also tend to move stupidly often. Like, they turn around so much. But yeah, this game overall just really amazing improvement on Wild World. And once again, I did say tenfold because there is a lot of new characters that are introduced in this game that were not in Wild World or were hard to get. Like, for example, Shampoodle with Harriet. It was really hard to get her because you had to get all the way up to Nookington. But in this game, you could actually just visit the city and see her right away. And by the way, Harriet was one of the promoted characters on Wild World's cover. Like, you saw her everywhere. You saw her on the the DS like cartridge. You saw her on the cover of Wild World. So yeah, you were assuming, oh, this is a new character. I can't wait to see her, but you didn't see her until you unlocked Nookington, which is like, why? That's like took a lot of work to get. So, I mean, I guess it was worth at the end, but like, why would you have? Oh no, another pitfall. Yeah, like why would you have, like, you know, this game, and then be like, oh, you can't do that. You have to wait till you unlock this. Like, you promote that character very heavily because she was, like, once again, as I said, very promoted heavily throughout the entire thing, so. Anyways, let's deliver this to Jeremiah. So yeah, weirdly, when I was, you know, finishing up my house yesterday, Jeremiah and Daisy had, like, the same conversation twice, which is something I didn't expect from this game, but they were talking about how he had a cold, like, twice. Like, and she gave him soup. Also, they do reference themselves as, like, I recall that Opal and, I believe it was Winnie, having a conversation, and Winnie got mad at Gracie for making fun of Opal's art style. Not art style, like her fashion. And she's like, she says that how she's a horse, like, you know, she said, and makes anything about my horse fashion or something like that. I don't remember precisely what she said. She referenced that she, you know, that she was a horse, so. Which I thought was, which was rather interesting, because you barely don't see that in New Leaf whenever I do my Let's Play of it. Well, not really necessarily Let's Play, but just me, you know, hyping over for New Horizons, because that's what it is. Anyways, there's not really much to do left here. Oh, there's Angus. We didn't really meet him, but let's go up to him now. So yeah, he moved to our town as well. There's still quite a few more people that could move over too. Yeah, so as you can see, the villagers do talk about the some of the lore actually of, like, the Able sisters and Tom Nook here and there, which is pretty interesting, honestly. I guess they didn't bring back the rock thing. I'm pretty sure that it was in this game too. I don't remember. Alright, they're just telling us some beginner stuff still. Let's sell some things and then we'll be heading off to the city. So yeah, this rendition of Animal Crossing, definitely something that I did not expect coming back to, because, again, it's been years since I last played this, so. It's definitely still pretty fun, but just, you know, nowhere as near as my enjoyment of New Leaf. I'm pretty sure New Horizons is just gonna, like, raise the bar even more. Actually, let's put some of the furniture down that we got throughout the past few days. And I'm pretty sure it was Opal who told us to deliver it to Jeremiah. So, hopefully they don't move around so rapidly so I could find her. Last time I saw Opal was, like, around here. Yeah. So, a lot of things that I've noticed is that, you know, they didn't really... They focused this game a lot around, you know, obviously the... Oh, they did bring back, okay. Oh, dang, we had to really be fast for that then. Well, I guess they did bring it back, but they didn't really bring back the red glow. But then again, that also happens in, what's it called? I keep forgetting. That also happens in New Leaf, where, you know, it doesn't have the red glow. The red glow was exclusive only towards the, original Animal Crossing. Oh, there's a bee. Oh, shit. Never mind. We'll find Opal later. Anyways, let's get back into our house and place down the furniture, and then we'll be heading off to the city. And we'll also probably talk about some memories while we're here, actually. So yeah, this game, once again, did introduce a lot of characters that we do see throughout Animal Crossing, especially in New Leaf. That's kind of gross, honestly, but whatever. I guess our house is pretty old-fashioned looking. Now it looks even more old-fashioned looking, like a 70s or 80s kitchen. So now that we got that place down, let's head to the city. Something very unique to this game. Bus to the city. Would we like to take it? Yes, we do. And there's the same bus. And Rover's there too. Yeah, there's a rare occasion where Rover is sitting on the bus. You get to talk with him, but there's also... You can also talk with Captain if Rover here isn't on the bus. I'm not sure about Blanca, though, because Blanca does appear in... what's it called? The original game. She also appears on the train. Or he. I don't know. But in this one, it's... I'm not sure what she does. I'm pretty sure it's April Fool's. I don't know. Ha, I knew it was you. Are you heading to the city to do some shopping? Perfect timing, then. There was something I was hoping to ask you. I know this is sudden, but it is also very important, so listen up. In this game, you could communicate... Oh, yeah, we know. Okay, that's the reason why he was probably showing up here. So, yeah, they heavily did WeConnect 24, so you could play online with friends, which I didn't get into Wi-Fi until later on in the Wii's life cycle. Which is when I bought, like, Paper Mario 64 and whatnot. And actually, you could hear Cap'n whistling in the background. His, like, many different songs that he does when he sets sail. And there's a new character as well on the fountain. So, this character is only exclusive in New Leaf. Not New Leaf, in City Folk. So now you're wondering, so what is introduced new into City Folk? And there's quite a lot of things introduced to it. So obviously City Folk is the only one to have the giant city. Take it via bus. And there's actually quite a lot of things here. Over here is... We'll go from left to right. Everything. Over here is Red's. Old Red doesn't recognize... Yeah, I don't think you're one of our members, right? Our top priority here's trust. That's why we're members only. Of course, if anyone referred you, that's a different story. You got an invitation? So yeah, you only get there via invitation. They have the ATM here, just in case you want to go shopping. And here, this is where Dr. Shrunk performs. And he has this mentor here, which is only in City Folk. So... yeah, this is the Marquis, this is the clerk, and obviously 800 bells to see a performance. So yeah, so in New Leaf it's free. You just have to bring him a fruit. While in this game, you watch. So yeah, there's people in the audience too. There's not that much people, honestly, which is hilarious. All right, that's Sydney. As you saw, there's also villagers outside waiting as well, walking across the city. None of them can really join you. So if you see your favorite villager and you're like, oh my god, I'm going to keep talking to them, they're never going to join you. And Dr. Shrunk here is to show us Heartbreak. Yeah, I guess that was perfectly lining up with what I had to say. Thank you. Dr. Shrunk is in the house. And if you're sick of the old blabbity blab, I got a cure for you. Yeah. You can't wait, right? Hello? Wow, rough crowd. Well, there's no better way to break through than the blahs. Then, to tell you one of my exciting jokes. Yep, that's what the doctor ordered. You did come to hear one of my exciting jokes, right? Maybe not. Anyway, get ready to feel the excitement. Okay, and I'm bombing up here. You know, I've never forgotten my first heartbreak. Back then, I was just a little shrunk in kindergarten. For Valentine's Day, we all exchanged cards, and I poured my heart out to this girl I liked. I watched in class as she opened my card. She broke out laughing. She said she never read anything so funny. This is the one time in my life where I didn't want to make someone laugh. Yep, the doctor is out. So, see what I did there? Kapow! Right? I'm putting them to sleep. You can do it too. That emotion is just I just used has been added to your keyboard window. So yeah, this is something that it was introduced in this game, and that is the emotions, and they do expand upon it a lot in New Leaf, because in this game you can only have 4, so that's kind of sad that it's basically like a Pokemon move. So if you have one that you really like that pops up, then too bad, you have to delete one of the other 4 to replace it with. So yeah, I think it's only 1 show per day, so. And on a rare occasion, like a super rare occasion, you get his mentor, who's over here. And as you can see, there's a lot of villagers that just walk around. And they change every time you go into a new area. And here's Kix. This is his first appearance, and he does shoe shining, so your shoe becomes like cleaned, or they change his color. So yeah, he doesn't have his shoe stored quite yet, so he's once again a new character, so he doesn't really have much. Go by color. So yeah, they didn't really introduce it quite yet, but yeah, it's so cool, this animation, like, and oh, we get green ones to match with our yellow, I guess. I don't know if it really does match. Anyways, Reese and Cyrus don't exist yet, so we have this as an auction place. You have Lloyd here who runs it. So yeah, people would place their items here, and there would be an auction on certain days. So yeah, it kind of is the retail in some sort of way, shape, or form. Not really. And then finally, well, we didn't really go left to right, but there's also Gracie's store and the introduction of the third Able sister, Label. Well, Labelle, as in this game. So yeah, everything here is super expensive, obviously, if you unlocked the final upgrade in New Leaf. Yeah, this place is definitely bigger than the one in New Leaf, honestly, because it basically has the entire furniture set and like so many clothes too. This game also, yeah, it does introduce Labelle, which I will talk about when we do get to New Leaf, the whole backstory on the Able sisters. Of like why Labelle is Labelle instead of not Label. And finally, there are 2 more places here. First up over here is, well, everyone's favorite fortune teller, Katrina. Yeah, she has one here as well. And also we have Shampoodle over here. So we'll go to Shampoodle in a bit. But if you go over here during night times, this cone will not be here. This is where the reset center is. So yeah, you could get a silver shovel, I believe, from there. Which is pretty crazy, honestly, that they had all these, like, you know, things here. So yeah, Harriet here, you didn't get to see her in Wild World because you had to unlock her, but over here you just needed to get to the city. So yeah, actually, let's talk about some memories I have with this game. In City Folk, I recall that there was, like, the first time I ever saw, like, the shark fin for catching fish. Like, I was like, holy shit, and it, like, I was, like, super scared. Like, my heart rate just immediately skyrocketed, and I managed to catch the fish, which was an ocean sunfish. I was just really shocked, like, wow, I didn't notice that this was a thing, because it was so rare back then, because, you know, you didn't have the island, you just had to go across the beach. And, you know, it was only in the summer. But yeah, so there was also, what's it called? Direction of the hair color, something warm. Save. But yeah, there was a lot of times where there was like so many events in City Folk that I really enjoyed. I remember when I was younger, Iggy, a penguin, was in my town, and I remember he left, and he was like one of my favorite villagers when I was younger, and I was like really upset, and I like made a song saying he was my best friend Iggy. I'm not sure if I said that in any other episode, though. I think in New Leaf, maybe, like, during our playthrough. But yeah, there was just so much stuff going on with it in during that point City Folk. Because City Folk I played quite a lot. And there was just, like, a lot of memories I have with this game. I remember buying, like, a lot of clothes from Gracie's. I remember there was a hot dog shirt that I really loved. And when I first saw it, I was just like, I'm buying this. There was also, like, this vest one. I really liked vests back then for some weird reason. Like, I had, like, a vest that I wore when I was younger. And I wore it for fall, and I always had, like, a short-sleeved shirt underneath. I don't know, maybe Pokemon was rubbing off on me during that point. And I remember I first played with a friend online, and I remember I caught, like, so many bugs, but then his internet crashed or some shit, and I lost everything. So it was kind of sad, honestly. Heartbreak indeed. But yeah, I was just really upset that happened. I caught, like, a oak silk moth. I caught, like, a few giant fish, like a shark, I believe. I just lost everything. Yeah, this game doesn't have the brightest of memories, but it certainly does. I certainly do remember him, though, so. Also, that statue over there, if you unlock the fountain, if you throw an axe into the fountain in your town, this dog will appear. I forgot what her name was, but yes, she does appear, and you do have the chance of getting a golden axe from her, but it's really hard, and you have to throw a lot of axes into the fountain to begin with, so yeah, she only appeared once. She's only the, like, second spirit in a fountain ever, so. Oh, just a minute now, your face. You rode me bus out to the big city earlier, did ye not? Yar-har-har, it was ye. Nar, I could not forget your big googly eyes, sparkling with adventure. So tell me, how did your fare in the city, is meaning? Were it a system shock to your system? City living took the wind out from your sails, did it? Yahar, no shame in that, me wee sturgeon. First, me nibble o' the city tends to give most folks a bellyache. Well, look lively, Sprat, 'cause we ain't far from good old Valentia now. Back to life, ain't he? Try to get a hot meal in ye when ye get home, will ye? Ye got to keep your strength up, ye jellyfish. So yeah, Captain does speak with you. It's not like Wild World. I'm not sure how you even travel. I know you travel by the gate in Wild World, so that doesn't reappear. So Booker and Copper are both in there as well. Another memory I have with this game. Remember, this is probably like the closest I've ever finished a museum, probably, and I was super stoked. Because I think it was like fishing, because I caught a lot of fish. So, yeah, there's just a whole bunch of things that I can't remember, and I do remember. I think it's just mainly the important ones I remember. I never really restarted the original town that I lived in, though, so. Yeah, I remember when I first discovered the Reset Center, and I got Rossetti to, give me the silver shovel. I was like rubbing into my sister's face, like, haha, I got that before you did, because we were also racing to see who would get, like, the bigger house first at this point, which we always do when new Animal Crossings come out. It's like we always race to see who has the better town and whatnot. So it was just like hilarious how I managed to get that. Like, I even look up the internet. Like, this was like before I like knew internet stuff. Like, oh, this is on the internet, I could just search up for it. No, like, I literally just like found it by chance. I went to the city at nighttime and I just saw that there was this light open that was coming from that right part of the city. So oh yeah, she's gonna talk about cameras taking pictures, which is actually the first game to introduce them. New Leaf and obviously New Horizons is gonna have it, and also the spin-offs do have them too. Except for I'm not sure if Amiibo Festival has it, because I don't care for Amiibo Festival. Amiibo Festival, oh my god. So we're probably gonna talk about that a bit in New Leaf, but we're basically just gonna talk about in the next two retrospectives. Happy Home Designer, and New Leaf. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. I think in the next retrospective episode for City Folk, we'll go over what I liked and disliked about the game. But yeah, I just shared some memories that I have, like just mainly the ones that I loved. I'm not really sure about anything else. I do remember though that during fishing tournaments, I would always try to find a king salmon during the fall ones, because for some reason, I don't know, I can't seem to find them in New Leaf for some reason. I'm not sure if they got rid of like the salmons. I did catch one, which was like some sort of like springtime salmon, but I don't know. I'm not sure how many times I watered this flower. I always see like some dead flowers around, but whatever. But yeah, there was just like, I remember like every time I would see like the king salmon, it would be like in this river basically, and I'd always catch it because that was like the fish that always won me in City Folk back then. Nowadays it's more so like catching a giant fish from the island in New Leaf and then just like coming back with it. So I give it to Chip if it isn't a specific fishing event, like, you know, oh, you will only catch river fish or sea bass or some shit like that. But yeah, if it was, I would just hand him like an ocean sunfish or something and I would just won. Which honestly, it's kind of cheating, but whatever. But yeah, this game was always like a king salmon or like a regular salmon. But I believe that's about it. I think I've expressed most of my memories with this game. As I said before, I do have quite a lot with this one, because I still enjoy the city and everything that this game has. But in the next episode, we're going to talk about, oh, we got a plank for it? No, wait, that's the old one. This is the same one we have! What the hell? Oh my god. But yeah, in the next the final episode of City Folk, we're going to get the rest of the town full. We're going to have 10 members in the town, and we're going to talk about my final thoughts on City Folk. So, love my videos with a like button. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. Next time on the Animal Crossing Retrospective, we're going to be finishing off on Animal Crossing City Folk, and then we're off to New Leaf once again. See you guys then.